if your phone just dropped?
All right. What's going on, everybody? It's another day of the spiel. Today, I'm pretty much gonna be talking about, confidence and a little bit of insecurities and basically just control and how not to be controlling in a way. Just recently, I had a thing. I guess a little self-realization that I might just be a little controlling. So I took a few notes. I asked AI to make a biblical reference on how not to be so controlling, and I took notes. And I'm gonna just share some of these notes verbatim. I don't have any structure with what I'm talking about, but I'm gonna just share what I can. I'll put some socks in. It's cold out here. So let me start from here. It says, communicate from humility. Philippians 2:3. Do nothing out of selfish ambitions, but in humility, consider others better than yourself. You know, so don't just when you request something from somebody, I would say, my interpretation of this is don't just think one-sided about it. Don't just do it just for what you want. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that this is what you gotta do, but in this case, don't just think about everybody. Think about the whole situation here. I think you would get a better outcome if you think more or less about, well, not just think about everybody else rather than yourself, but just the heart of wanting to do for other people, wanting to think for. Let me see. Do nothing out of selfish ambitions. When they say selfish ambitions, that means you're doing it for yourself. I mean, I think you'll have a better outcome when you do things for other people as well. Like, not saying don't do nothing for yourself, but you can do things for everybody. Anyway, here's a way to here's something that they said that we could say to kind of ease the conversation in a little bit. So it says, help me understand how you feel. You know, I had a body. Okay, y'all might not need the body, but you know, I got on my G-Star pants. Got on my Jubilees. You know, I like a little swag. You feel me? I had to put the anyway. Okay, so it say, tell me if I'm coming off the wrong ways. You know, so we still talking about control here. It says protection becomes control when we. Okay, these are the ways that protection becomes control. It says when we forbid instead of advise, you know. So we'll be like, don't do that, don't do that. Instead of telling them or trying to give them a better route, you know what I'm saying? Or like, you know, when you advise something, that's just advisement. It means you could do it or not, but I would advise, you know what I'm saying? That's totally different from do this, do that. And then getting upset when they don't do this, do that. You know. So here's another one. Demand instead of discuss. See, that kind of falls back into what I was just saying. So when you demand something, that's just okay. Yeah, I already made it in my mind. You gonna do it with this, rather than discussing it with your partner, or discussing it with whoever. You know, to come up with a team agreement. And it says. Protection becomes control when we use fear instead of encouragement. Encourage one another. Encourage your brother. Shoot. You know what I'm saying? If you don't do this, then I'm going to do this to you, or I'm going to leave you, or something. Encourage her. Rather, instead of doing that, just be like, okay, shoot. Root on. You never know how she feeling, or you never know how your brother feeling, how they feeling. Encourage them. I hadn't did too much research on encouraging, but it's just uplifting somebody, you know, pushing them on, pushing them in a good way, a good constructive way. Okay. Oh, moving along in the notes. Like I said, I don't have too much structure to this, but it says biblical protection is about covering, not confining. So when you confine something, I'm just kind of explaining. I feel like when you confine something, that means you keeping it in like one spot. You want to keep it right where it's at for your own safety. Like, okay, I don't really know how far, what are they gonna do, or so let me keep you here, rather than like letting them be free. I mean, like, who is anybody to keep anybody anywhere? You know what I'm saying? When you cover something, covering, the difference between covering and confining it. When you cover something, it's a level of protection. So it's a difference between, okay, I'm gonna cover you from this hail, from this rain. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna cover you from whatever coming. Rather than let me keep you here. So I ain't no telling what you might could advance on. I'm gonna leave that there. It also says that control comes from well, it says I'm speaking on behalf of my notes, and it says control comes from insecurity. You know, fear of losing. Well, it says in my notes I put fear of losing her, but it's fear of losing anything or not being enough. That's insecurity in the whole, like, in the whole runaround. You're insecure because you don't really know what's going on, and that's fine. Like, pretty much nothing is ever too much absolute. Things it's rare that things are going to be absolutely perfect. You know, just try to be cool. Shoot. Flip it. So what we got? We got Psalms 56:3. Mind you, I did make a biblical reference. I did ask AI to let me know some ways not to be controlling according to the Bible. Like I said, I am Christian. But it says, when I am afraid. Oh, okay. I didn't finish that one. Hold on. Okay, I didn't finish it, but I think it says, when I'm afraid, I trust in God type thing. Like, you know, that's where the confidence comes from. It say, give love the same way you want to receive it. I ain't got to say too much about that. You want to love you want your brother to show you love, you want your boss to show you love, you better put that work in the same way you want your boss to pay you. You better love your wife the same way you want your wife to pay you. Respect your brother the same way you want your brother to respect you. Respect your parents. Respect your kids. I know that sounds crazy, but it's levels. Anyway, let's continuing on. Matthew 7:12. And I won't always make biblical religious videos. This is just today.
Is that bomb?
Yeah. Matthew 7:12. Do to others what you will have them do to you. You know how that is. That goes back to what I was just saying. You know, if you want good treatment, just treat them well. So here we're gonna talk about some phrases and statements that's kind of controlling and then less control. So here's a controlling statement. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? That could come controlling, like, you must know absolutely well. Even if you do know the best and know not to do that, there's a better way to say not to do that. You know? We can say, I don't think that's a good idea. I think here's a better way that you can do it. You know, I think can we talk about it? You know, kind of level grounds. Okay, let me jump here. So we talk about confidence, and I kind of touched on that with the last one that says, what I said, when I'm afraid, I think I trust in God. I don't know if that's absolutely right, but here it is, Proverbs 3:26. For the Lord will be your confidence. Okay, so it says, biblical confidence doesn't come from looks, status, or abilities. It comes from your knowing God is with you and backing you. You know, that's all it boils down to. You gotta be confident, man. Be confident in yourself. Be confident and know that you got it. Know that, shoot, everything gonna be okay. Everything gonna be okay at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got God with you. Sure. Things do get tough sometimes, but shoot, just keep him up here, you know. If you ride like that, you know. Biblical confidence equals humble boldness, not pride, not ego, not control. So the thing of this video today, the control and trying not to be so controlling, you know. Yeah. That's what I got for y'all today for this spill. Hope everybody have a good day, and I hope everybody's having a good day, and I hope somehow something from this video you'll be able to take it to make you or anybody, some people around you, or just, you know what I'm saying, better. All right, man. Blessings, love.